And that's a disappointment when you fuck a guy for over an hour and he just go.
Did anybody recognize you from film in the industry? They did? Okay. Well, I just came in. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You are such an advocate. One thing is what I love is I love seeing a lot of the beautiful women that's in the industry as sex advocates.
And I would set up crystals on their body based off of their chakra. And the crystals, what they do is if they sit long enough, they begin to like permeate through the body. They begin to expand through the body and they create a bridge.
I shot with John Q too. John Q, I'm the first big girl, but he did inside, inside. Yeah. But
I would, and I have given my last dime to people. I've given when I should have just watched. And it's not always about giving financially. It's giving your space and your time and your energy.
So that's kind of like a 50-50 answer, what I got. That wasn't really a yes or no answer.
I think I actually would, and this is of course the therapist in me, I would be asking them, like, tell me how this is celibacy for you.
So what's first there, Anna?
I shoot them just like I would be shooting a regular female. So you don't put the emphasis on that, so it makes it more consistent with the title of being transgender woman.
I have a good friend. She lives here in Atlanta. I met her on a porn set. She wrote a book called From Porn to the Pulpit. Now, I won't say she was like this super... Yeah, she's my best friend. She's my best friend. Her name is Danielle Williams McCord. She wrote an amazing book called From Porn to the Pulpit. She's been preaching for 10 years now, but I met her on a porn set.
In any business that you find yourself in. Because definitely for me, creating a product to push to the consumer, and for me, everything was consumer driven. If they didn't want it, I'm not gonna make it because I knew it
felt like if we kept our head a little below the sagebrush, that we would just be able to keep on going without any interference or anything like that. But that's
like, dude, I'm sitting in the dressing room, just with all the 20-year-olds and 22-year-olds, 25-year-olds. I'm like, how old are you? Oh, I'm 25. I'm like, how old are you? I'm 23. And I'm like, dude, I'm 30.
Before I leave the house, I feel like the last look. This is how I feel, this is what I'm thinking, now when I get out and interact with other people, it's going to be what it is.
Right, okay.
Welcome to a podcast like no other. Get ready for insightful conversations, diverse perspectives, and a touch of inspiration. This is Ask Naomi, Bridging the Gap podcast. Join your host, the dynamic Naomi Banks, as she delves into the heart of various topics with a refreshing blend of curiosity and wisdom. Each week, tune in as Naomi is joined by special guests who bring their unique stories and expertise to the table. It's a journey of discovery, learning, and growth. And let's not forget about the one and only dog pound Mike, adding his flavor and flair to the mix. Together, they make a dynamic duo you won't want to miss. From thought-provoking discussions to moments of laughter and joy, Ask Naomi. Bridging the Gap podcast offers a space where great topics meet amazing guests. So, mark your calendars, set your reminders, and prepare to be entertained and enlightened. Join Naomi Banks and Dog Pound Mike weekly for an unforgettable podcast experience. Get ready to bridge the gap, expand your horizons, and immerse yourself in the world of Ask Naomi. Subscribe now and stay tuned for a podcast journey like no other.
All right, my beautiful, sexy people. Hey, it's your girl, Goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. And this is where we talk about love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more while bridging the gap between it all and teaching the world on sex language, attitude, and spiritual uplifting. What is going on, Dr. Mike?
It's all good. It's all good now.
All right, I want to say hey to all of my BTG crew. Hey, guys, guess what? This is our season finale.
Yes, it is.
And we won't be back until September.
Ooh, summer vacation.
Yeah, summer vacation. But you know what? I couldn't just leave us just with just me, you, and them, right? I had to bring somebody on with us today to have an amazing story. Amazing story. This is what I love about Bridging the Gap podcast. Just this lady alone, she has just bridged the gap between several different things in her life, which is amazing. But we're not going to bring her up just yet. But she has an amazing story. She was not only a neurologist turned Onlyfans influencer, but also a fishing specialist. Fishing. Yes.
I got to see this.
Yes. So I'm ready to hear how she mixed all of that into one, how she's loving the OnlyFans, whatever, you know me, I want to know it all. But you know what, BTG, we're going to take a quick break. But when I bring her to the stage, I want to make sure that all of you make her feel comfortable. And remember, we got company. So what that means, always keep it sexy, all right? So when we come back, we will have the beautiful Miss Isla Moon, and I hope I'm saying her name right. We're going to take a quick break. It's your girl, Goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast with Naomi Banks, where every day is a chance to embrace self-discovery and personal growth. Join Naomi on a transformative journey, streaming exclusively on Spotify and Breaker. With daily episodes from Monday through Friday, podcast is your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and self-love. Dive deep into engaging conversations about self-care, mindfulness, and personal development. Naomi brings you expert insights, practical tips, and uplifting stories from thought leaders in the field. Embark on a journey of self-discovery and unlock the power of self-love. Mark your calendars and tune in to the Season of Self-Love podcast. Available every weekday on Spotify and Spreaker. Remember, it's time to prioritize yourself and embrace the beautiful season of self-love. Get inspired and join Naomi Banks on the Season of Self-Love podcast.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. And today is our finale, our season finale, and we have an amazing guest today. And I'm bringing her to the stage. She's a neurologist, a former neurologist turned OnlyFans influencer. Yes, I said it, OnlyFans influencer, as well as a fishing specialist. Let's bring to the stage Miss Isla Moon. Hi, beautiful.
Hi, how are you?
What am I saying your name right? Is it Isla?
It's Isla, like the aisle of the grocery store. Yeah.
Okay, Isla. I like Isla better. Okay, Isla. All right. Well, how are you, beautiful?
I'm doing super good. How are you?
I'm great. Well, first of all, thank you for coming on our platform and just sharing your amazing story. When your team reached out to me and they said, "Would you think this would be a great fit for your show?" I said, hell yeah. Like, yeah, that is, yes. What are you talking about? Yes. But your story is amazing. So let me ask you this. You are a neurologist.
Yes. Yeah, I was studying in neuroscience. I finished my bachelor's and was in a lot of debt. So I had to figure things out.
So now I want to ask this question. Walk us through what it looked like from going to a neurologist to say, oh, I'm going to go do OnlyFans.
Oh man, I saw a lot of girls start talking about OnlyFans on like Instagram and stuff. Like the whole like Bella Thorne situation that happened. And so I was like, I wonder if I can find success doing that too. So I just kind of started doing it, and it blew up after like a couple months, and it was just crazy.
Now I saw you have over 200,000 subscribers.
Yeah, so I have different pages on OnlyFans. So
Mhm.
I have a paid page and then a free page. The free page has 300,000, and then the paid one has like on and off like 20,000 people there.
So you rich.
I'm working for my lifetime. I can't be doing this forever. I'm going to be shriveled at one point. So I'm trying to do it now.
But that's amazing. So first of all, I'm gonna let you talk. I know you said for debt, you had debt and you figured that's something that I
Mhm.
want to do just to make some money. So when did it say, okay, I'm done with neurology, I'm just going full blown right here into OnlyFans?
That's like my favorite part of this whole story. So I started doing OnlyFans for like I was doing it for 2 months, and it wasn't really working. Nothing kind of, it was kind of just enough to pay for a couple bills, but not anything crazy. And then I found out about TikTok, so I started posting on there, and just 2 weeks after I started posting there, I just blew up. So in one day, I went from having 400 subscribers to like 6,000. And damn, that was crazy. Like I had made my yearly salary in 2 days. Like what I would make as like a lab tech and working in neuroscience, I just made it in 2 days. And so at that point I called my mom in a panic. I had to I had to tell her what I was doing, and like I knew I would go ahead with the whole OnlyFans career type of thing, but I wanted to know I had her support. So she was very supportive too. She was really nice about it.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because a lot of people don't know they know what OnlyFans is, what they think they know. They think they know
Yeah.
what OnlyFans is, from Beyonce's song about it's supposed to be a lot of porn stars, sex workers, all of that stuff on there, and that's what it's for. For you, what does it look like once they paid that subscription? What are they going into? Are they going
Too much.
into I'm going to read your mind type of neurologist could get all of that stuff, or are they going into they about to see?
Oh yeah, they see. Sometimes I think maybe a little too much. Yeah, they get it all. Like there's different types of OnlyFans people out there. Some of them just show like a little bit of cleavage, and like, but some go a little bit crazy, and that's where I kind of fall a little bit. I do a lot of solo things, things with a boy, but then also things in like a big group, and it's just everything.
Okay. So you do your own content. So you don't work for any other company or anything. So you do your
Mhm.
own content.
Yeah, fully
That's amazing.
independent. Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that. I love that. And it had to be kind of scary for you in the beginning to making that transition, from that, especially, having sex on film, and
Yeah.
something. Have it okay, so let me say this. So I'm gonna ask this, I'm gonna get personal. When did you lose your virginity?
Oh, I was 17.
Okay.
Like not too, yeah.
I missed them proms.
It was prom night? Okay.
Pretty close to it, yeah.
So I guess, because a lot of people, especially those, and I'm going to call you vanilla because you are vanilla at this moment coming in from there to there. And they usually start off with feet, the feet
Oh
thing,
yeah. Yeah.
or something like, and I kid you not, this is when your team came over, I said, oh, she's selling feet. Because I just didn't think that you were just jumping right on in. And trust me, I am not judging because I jumped right head in first, feet first with everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but just, and even looking at your picture, I was like, oh, she looks so wholesome. Just like, I literally just did everything that I preach about not doing, of judging somebody by the cover, by the way that you look and by your appearance. So I was like, oh, she does, she want to do feet modeling or maybe some, little cleavage or boob teasing or something like that. Like, I just can't see, just going. And then I go to the Western page and I said, okay. Okay. That's what I
Yeah,
like.
it's there.
That's hardcore, yeah. That is hardcore. So now that you are you are 0.01%, you're up there.
Yeah.
Up there. You are truly up there. So now for you, coming from being a neurologist, being in this realm, now you're here. I'm just going to say this of society norms. You was here,
yeah.
here on society norms of what they say. For you,
Oh,
how
yeah.
have you been able to maneuver or to manage life now? Because you're no longer a neurologist. Now you are considered an Onlyfans influencer. I believe you are a great businesswoman, but society sees you as an OnlyFans, sex worker or whatever. How have you been able to maneuver through that transition?
It's been hard. Like, obviously online people are going to tell you all those like rude things about, who you are and stuff. But like in real life is also very hard because it's like, okay, I can't tell what I do when I go to open a bank account. So I have to like come up with like side stories and like cover up stories to just like open an account and stuff. So at first it was like very hard because it's like, okay, how are you bringing in, 200K a month all of a sudden? Where,
Yeah.
but now as I've kind of grown, I've also grown kind of my business and stuff. So it's like I'm able to say that I do real estate now.
Okay.
So, because I have like my real estate business, I use my OnlyFans as capital to fund my real estate. So now I have that. So if people ask, I say real estate.
Right.
But before it was very hard because it's like my grandparents struggle with it. It's a little awkward. They
What
have
was
no
that
idea.
conversation like? Oh, they don't know. They don't know.
No. So like my siblings and my mom knows, but yeah, my grandparents have no idea. But at the same time, I know they're not dumb, so I know they like think something, but they don't go there. So we don't really
in their
talk.
mind, they think you still a neurologist. They think
No,
you're-
like they think I have like a social media marketing business, but like with like a suspicion.
We made a movie now.
So I'm going to ask you two questions. My first question is for you being in this industry now, what has been the most revealing thing about yourself that you've learned about being in this industry?
There's like a couple things, but I've learned that I'm very good at managing a business. I didn't think that this would be like an actual like business, but it's actually like there's a lot that goes into it, and you really have to like know how to learn things on your own.
Yeah.
You can't kind of rely on others because no one knows. So you have to just take it all yourself and just be in charge of everything, which is very hard. It does feel very lonely sometimes. So I try and surround myself with others who understand what this kind of lifestyle is like. So I found that about myself. It's very fulfilling, but also there's like a lot of things to go through. But if you have like a good support system, then it's just, it helps out quite a bit.
Okay. So how long have you been doing OnlyFans? How long have you been doing this?
I think it's just been 3 years, like last week or something. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So have you been to any of the conventions like ABN, XBiz, and all of those?
Yeah, I went to AVNs in January. It was very overwhelming, but it was fun. And then a couple weeks ago, I went to XBiz and I won, so I was very excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was so good to connect with other creators, and you see people online, but then seeing them in person is just so exciting. And I just feel that spark of wanting to create more, not necessarily just porn, but also just social media stuff too. It's just so exciting.
So now let's talk about fishing real fast. Fishing. Now, how do we go from neurologist to OnlyFans sex worker to now a fishing specialist? How do we do that? That is definitely bridging the gap.
I've always loved fishing my entire life. I've loved fishing, like skiing, sailing, all that kind of stuff. And I was making my TikToks like inside and just working and looking outside and just wishing I was outside. So one day I was actually out on my snowmobile ice fishing, and I decided I'm just going to take a couple pictures while I'm at it. I'm here. It's such a nice day, blue skies and stuff. And then I made a couple TikToks and they just blew up. So I was like, oh, there's something is there for me to do. So I just started creating more of that content, and it just kind of snowballed like that. And that's kind of what I do now.
So your name, what is the essence of your name?
My name.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've always felt a connection to the moon, so I was also looking at baby names. Moon was kind of there sometimes, and I was like, oh, that's cute. So I just put Isla Moon, and it just felt right. I had no idea I was like picking a brand name in the moment. I was like in my little student apartment just picking a name, and I had no idea it would like be this big. It's such a crazy time.
Oh wow. So you didn't even know that you were choosing a brand.
No, I had no idea.
All right. So in these notes right here that I received from them, it says, so do you have a manager? How did you take you started off doing the OnlyFans. How did you take it and I know you say TikTok, but once all of those numbers came in, what switched your mind? Do you have a team that's helped managing you, or management, or what? How did you were able to kind of like take it under your wings and build it to where it's now making over 200,000 a month?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't have like management. I have more like, there's like a lot of like these management teams that kind of scam all these OnlyFans girls into just getting a percentage for like very minimal services. So I wanted to, find people who could help me and then form my own kind of team. So I have people who help me with video editing and posting on socials and stuff. And then I have like my little PR team as well. So I have like this team that I form myself. I pick and choose who I want to help me out, and it just added up. So I started with one, and then I added another, and then I try and find where I can just remove a job from myself and give to someone else and just delegate more and more so that I can spend my time in front of the camera instead of just at my computer, and also just doing the creative stuff rather than like the like silly stuff.
Right. So for you, how has it been for you, kind of like bridging the gap of fusing these two worlds together with the fishing and with the OnlyFans? How have you been able to fuse that in together to make it work for you?
So I think social media really made it kind of come together, because it's like, okay, you can take photos and post them on your OnlyFans and that's it, but it's not really going to give you your brand. So people need to like kind of recognize you on socials and kind of more widespread than just behind a locked paywall to have like your whole kind of niche and brand going. So it was really social media. Like people started commenting like, oh, she's the ice fishing girl, oh, she's the girl who does it outside. So it kind of just, you grab your comments and you run with them and kind of build based on what people are talking about, what catches their attention. And it's just, that's kind of how I put it together.
Mhm. Now, for you, dating, are you dating? Are you married? Are you engaged? Are you don't want to say?
That's like always like a hard subject with people who do what I do, because it's like guys like to have the possibility of dating me, you know. But I've been on and off with the same kind of guy. He's the guy who's in all of my videos.
Okay.
And he helps out quite a bit. He's known as the assistant, but we're just a little bit more than that. But I try not to mention it too much. Yeah.
Okay, you should have told me none of your business, Naomi.
I don't know. I've been like at the I'm at that stage where I'm not too sure if like where I'm supposed to go with this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so you 3 years in, highly successful, highly successful. What is your end goal?
Ooh, that's so rough. I don't know, because anytime I reach the goal that I've set for myself, I always kind of already have another goal in mind. So I don't know, because it just keeps building. Like I have no idea. It's the possibilities are kind of endless. A part of me wants to just, you know, just chill and do nothing and just live off of what I made, but also I want to like just build an empire as well. So, you know, the tired me is just like, yeah, I'm going to just do nothing and just relax. But then like the business me just really wants to keep going. I feel like there is more to be had. So I just want to kind of see where my brand takes me, but also with the goal of like taking it easy sometimes and taking some time off. I'm still trying to find the balance though.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about maybe taking some, you know, people up under your wings and probably, you know, creating your own camp of people to where they're under you and they have their own OnlyFans? You know what I'm saying? Like a whole business, you know, kind of format.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've definitely been thinking about it, but I think right now my time is best in front of the camera. So like that would be something I would do maybe like 5 years down the line, or when I just don't feel like being in front of the camera anymore. So yeah, I'm trying to maximize my time and my young skin. So, yeah.
So for you, what can you say is your specialist in with your OnlyFans work? What is your specialty?
Doing it outside. Is that the question?
Doing it outside.
That's the answer.
I mean, people love, you know, doing stuff where it's kind of less expected. So I will do it on my snowmobile, you know, like I will be driving while doing it, and like same with like fishing and just kind of having a good time and sharing it with people. That's kind of the vibe. I never wanted to make videos just in the bedroom like everybody else. So I think that's a bit of my vibe. I'm not too sure.
So what's the most interesting thing that you saw on set? I guess it's a little different me asking you, because you kind of create your own energy and your own sense because it's your space. So you being independent, what has been the most interesting thing that has happened on your set?
There's a lot to it because there's different vibes. I have like group stuff that I do. So with like all of my friends, and then, you know, those kind of things go, and a lot of stuff can happen there. And then there's like all of my outdoor stuff that I tend to do more like on my own or with my film partner. because it's just easier to
Right.
not have too many people in those. But one that stands out for me is, I do a lot of like winter stuff, like in the snow and it's cold and all of that. And I use water-based lube. And the issue is, and I didn't know this until it happened, but water freezes. So, it didn't work out very well. I still filmed it and it turned out great. However, that was a big learning experience for me and my film partner, for sure. I didn't think it would totally freeze, but anyways, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I am picturing that right now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, you could really picture it. It's exactly like that.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. All right, Isla. So this is what I want to do. Do you mind? I want to open up the lines. I'm going to take a break, but I want to open up the lines for some of our listeners to, call in and ask you some questions and stuff like that. And I still have some more questions for you. All right.
For sure.
All right, my beautiful people out there, BTG. All right, so we are opening up the line, so you guys can give us a call at 626-605-2756. That's 626-605. That's Ask Naomi. If you had any questions for Miss Isla, am I saying that name right? Isla.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Isla Moon. And the lines will be open as soon as we come back. So we're gonna take a quick break. All right. It's your girl D Goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridget podcast. We'll be right back. What are some common barriers that prevent people from expressing? Hey, it's your girl, Goddess Naomi Banks here from the Season of Self-Love podcast.
Yeah, I would say remorse. So shame and guilt is a very dividing emotional.
And these are one of the many amazing conversations that we have every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Season of Self-Love podcast with myself, Naomi Banks, as well as our resident therapist, Dr. Will Washington of Washington Wellness Institute. Come by.
The reality of our relationships with people.
Come by.
And a lot of times we're afraid of how people look at us. And so that compassion can't enter.
You can hit us on the
So
website,
really
the Season of Self-Love podcast.com. Let me ask you this, with the truth, is it...
Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast with Naomi Banks, where every day is a chance to embrace self-discovery and personal growth. Join Naomi on a transformative journey, streaming exclusively on Spotify and Breaker. With daily episodes from Monday through Friday, podcast is your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and self-love. Dive deep into engaging conversations about self-care, mindfulness, and personal development. Naomi brings you expert insights, practical tips, and uplifting stories from thought leaders in the field. Embark on a journey of self-discovery and unlock the power of self-love. Mark your calendars and tune in to the Season of Self-Love podcast. Available every weekday on Spotify and Spreaker. Remember, it's time to prioritize yourself and embrace the beautiful season of self-love. Get inspired and join Naomi Banks on the Season of Self-Love podcast.
All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridget podcast. And today, this is our season finale. We have the beautiful Isla Moon with us. She is a neurologist turned Onlyfans influencer turned fishing specialist. Hey, Isla.
Hi. I love the intro. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I mean, because it is truly an amazing story. Just the transition, the transformation, just go like across, like woo, 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 woo. And then you got some fishing in there too. So let me ask you this. I come from a fishing family. Not I myself. No, I don't. I just sit there with the umbrella where everybody fish. I'm there with the sandwiches and stuff like that. Yes, like I want to do a picnic. Everybody else, they're out there, fishing. What's some of the things that you love catching? Like, you got some people that go to certain places because they get the bass or and I'm speaking from Chicago, how they got the bass and the rainbow fish and some other kind of fish, catfish, stuff like that. So for you, what is it like? Like you said, I have to go to this ocean or this bank because I want this fish. Like, yeah.
There's like this secret spot that I go like up north. I'm not telling anybody because it's too good. But there's like, it's underrated, but I love bass because they give you like this crazy good fight. I will not eat bass, but I'll do some good catch and release, and you get that like kick out of it. And every single cast that I make, there's a fish there. I think it's because like no one really goes there. It's really nice. So there's a lot of bass. I love bass, but I recently went down to Miami and did some fishing there in the ocean, and it was insane. Like the biggest, tuna and sailfish that I've ever experienced. It was wild. The fight was so crazy. I got like really dizzy. It was insane. It was like 20 minutes to reel in a fish. It was a little much. I think bass is more of my vibe.
So I heard you say you caught and then you release. Do you do that to all the fish? So you
Most
catch.
of the time, yeah, most of the time I catch and release. Obviously, if it's like a really nice, tuna or salmon, or if I'm allowed to take it, also depends on the size too. So, but most of the time I do just catch and release. Mhm.
I don't even know what that looked like. I think if I was to sell that to my uncles and they were like, we ain't releasing nothing, girl. We keep it right, right, catch and eat. So what kind of bait do you use?
I love using a spoon and then like a worm. It's so good. It's like my favorite
What is a
combo.
spoon?
Like a spoon, like a wobbler, like
Oh, that little
silver.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. It's so good. It's like my favorite combo. That's specifically for bass. And then I do love fly fishing. So, and the best part about the fly fishing is there's no worm. The worms kind of freak me out a little bit, just that much. So having just having just the fly is so nice, and they're like cute and colorful. So those are really fun.
Right. So now I'm going into your these are, and I'm really name. Yes, I'm asking this because let me tell you something. When I used to live in California, we had this nice little lake by there, and I used to take my kids. I wanted to, kind of connect with family. My family fish. I'm going to try to do some fishing. So we all had our little, we all had our little fishing. I had a pink fishing pole. One of my daughters had her favorite color. We had all our favorite colors and little outfits. When I tell y'all, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. We had to get fishing license and all. But guess how many times we went? One time.
One time. But you still remember that one time, so it was worth it.
Yes, yes. And every time I go back home to Chicago, they always say, "You going fishing with us?" For you, I mean, is it a thing that you have, because like when people play pool, they got their favorite pool. Like, what does your favorite thing for ice? And I just want to focus on the fishing right now. For you, what does it look like for you when you're getting ready to go out there and do fish? Because this is one of your passions. So, what is it? Your colors? Is it this? I know you say fly fishing and like what on a boat? Like, what is it? Like, what's your favorite thing you like to do?
I do really love fly fishing a lot. So, you put your waders on and you get in the river, maybe like waist deep in the water, and you're just there's like a technique to it, which is kind of nice. It's almost more like a sport. My arm hurts after. It's kind of cool. And just whenever you get a catch, it's just that much more satisfying because it's like you really had to work for it. So I love fly fishing so much. I love wearing waders and being able to just like kind of go anywhere in the water, and I again love the flies for not having a worm. So that's a bonus for real.
That's good. All right, do we have a caller?
Yes, we do.
Okay, we have a caller. You ready?
Yes, we do.
All right. Hello?
Hello there, Naomi Bangs and Mike. Just thought to call in for your last show. And also welcome to your guest, Isla Moon, is it?
Isla Moon.
Hi.
Hello. You say you're a fisher. So what fish have you caught?
Oh, there's
And
so many.
depending on whether you keep them or something like an alligator or a shark might
Did you say alligator?
snatch it from you. Yeah.
Or a shark snatch it from you.
Yeah. I only asked that because I saw it on America's Funniest Home Videos. A father and son caught a fish and an alligator. Unfortunately, swam up and snatched a fish from there.
I actually have a funny story for you.
Oh, so you had a funny story?
Yeah, I do. So this was at my favorite fishing spot I mentioned with all the bass. I
Mhm.
caught this massive bass. I'm reeling it in. It's like just going up because I was on a dock, just going up, and this snapping turtle just comes and grabs it. So the fish is kind of just falling apart. The turtle is massive. It's massive. And it just had the biggest feast ever. I just you can have it. I will not touch you. So the same thing happened with the turtle.
Oh my goodness. Did you hear that, Joseph?
I think I did.
Yeah. So she did.
That's
She was
amazing.
fighting with a turtle.
A snapping turtle. Wow.
All right. Well, thank you,
Um,
Joseph. Thank you for calling in, honey.
Yes. Before signing off, thank you for having Miss Kitten on your show last week, even if I never got to talk to her. And do you all have a great vacation? I will miss your voice, but just like I still miss India's voice, I will miss your voice too. But you all have a great vacation.
All right. Well, thank you, Joseph. You have a great vacation too. All right.
Thank you, Joseph.
I will.
All right,
Thank
have
you.
a good one. All right, guys, it's your girl, you got it, Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. Our lines are open. You can give us a call at 626-605-2756. That's 626-605-2756. We are here with Miss Isla Moon. And right now we were just talking about some fishing here. But I got a question for you. How do you stay authentic to yourself while navigating the expectations and the perceptions associated with your diverse career choice?
That's very rough. Like I have to kind of just remember where I came from quite a bit because it's like easy to let those comments get to you and again like just the support system is so important because it gets to you. Also, like don't look at your comments if you're having a bad day because that's just going to make it worse. It's just really going to get to you. But yeah, like it's hard to kind of manage all of it, but at the same time, like yeah, with the support system, it's just
what's your motivation?
My family always had like a bit of a hard time. Like my mom is kind of my motivation. Like I want to be able to support my family, and I'm just so happy and lucky that I am able to do that. So that's very much my motivation. I am the type of person who likes to provide. So now I'm able to do that, and it just keeps me going. And just having all those crazy stories I can tell to people, like being able to travel and do all of this in my 20s is just not something that the average person is able to do. So it's just amazing.
Right. Well, first of all, I want to truly thank you for just coming on this platform and sharing your story. If you had any advice for anybody that wanted to start an OnlyFans, both male and female, what would be your advice to them?
A few things. A lot of people ask me, like, how do I get started and not have people find out? You have to get in there knowing that people will find out. It's happened to me. I've had a cousin subscribe. It just happens. And you have to kind of be prepared. So you got to think about it twice or three times before you actually jump in, because once it's out there, right? But at the same time, it's amazing to be your own boss, but it's not for everyone too. So you have to think on it. And also don't look at your comments. That's my go-to advice. Yeah.
Don't look at your comments. Yeah, don't look at them. Man, don't look at them comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did have a question for, and it just went. Oh, okay. This is one, and I rarely go. Actually, I never go here. But since we are now in the election year, and it's been, said that a lot of things that they were trying to, take away to where, porn and sex workers and all of that rights. Where are your views on that? Like for you, how much are you concerned about it, or if you're not?
Yeah, the issue is just, they're trying to target an issue in a way that just makes it worse and doesn't actually help anybody. They're trying to target, human trafficking and, child stuff, and the way they're doing it is only going to make that situation kind of worse. There's so much that goes into it, but it's not the answer. The way that they're doing it, you're making it so people want to go the harder ways and not use the platforms that are kind of more there for, safer sex work and stuff like that. You're making it so people don't have resources to go to if there are issues. So that's like my general stance. I can kind of keep going on and on, but yeah, make sure to vote for who you believe in and who you think would make the world a better place.
Yeah, we got a hard one this year. We definitely have a hard one this year. Yeah, we do. We definitely
Yes.
do. Yeah, we definitely do. But are there any last words that Miss Isla Moon has to say that you want to share with my listeners here?
Well, I just really wanted to thank you for having me on. It was really amazing. It was so cool. It was my first little live interview like this, so I just had such a good time, and it was a pleasure. I would say to people, be true to yourself and just do what makes you happy.
Yes, that's beautiful. Yeah, we got one question. Rico said, how often do you go fishing how often do you go fishing?
It depends on the season. So like in the winter, it's a bit harder. It's harder to actually go ice fishing that often. But in the summer, I go at least twice a week.
Okay.
Like for real fishing.
Yeah.
That doesn't count the other stuff.
Relaxing fishing. All right.
Yeah.
Well, beautiful. I thank you so much for joining us here on this platform. You have an amazing story. I just pray for you to just really do the work that you need to do for everything that you're doing, and that it just blossom. It's amazing, and keep doing it. I love to see it. I love to see my fellow. I don't even know what I want to call y'all. My fellow sex workers. I no longer do sex work. My fellow sex workers. Yeah, you do your thing, and I love it, and I love that you're standing proud in it. So, congratulations on everything that you are doing. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So you can put out your OnlyFans and let them know what OnlyFans, your you can, Twitter, TikTok, everything.
Oh yeah. Right now?
Yes, please.
Oh. Yeah, you can Google Isla Moon and you'll see everything you need to see.
And it's spelled ISLA Moon, MOON. That's it. All right. Thank you again, beautiful. You have an amazing. And I would definitely have you back on when you got some more stuff going on, because I know you're gonna have some. I know you're gonna start you a whole little business with some people up under you. I know that's gonna happen. I see it. I see it already. I do.
I hope so.
All right, you have a good one. All right.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye now. All right, guys, it's your girl, the Goddess Naomi Banks, here on Ask Naomi, Bridging the Gap podcast. Yes, this is our finale show.
Yes, it is.
What an amazing guest. I want to again thank Isla for just coming over here and sharing her story. This season has been truly an amazing season.
Yes, it has.
We had definitely had some amazing guests that come through here. We had some legends that came through here. We had Miss Dominique Simone, Miss Kitten. We had Miss Stacy Lane. Am I missing anybody? We had some new booties that came in here. You just seen one right here. We had John Legendary, therapist, everything. Oh, and also don't forget that on Saturday, June 1st is International Intimacy Day. Remember?
Right. Yeah, we had a couple here.
Yeah, we had the couple here talking with them. So we had some amazing guests, and I cannot wait to come back in September to where we're going to have some more amazing guests that come in. So yes, I am taking a nice little summer break. Y'all know I started when y'all saw me in a swimsuit. Y'all know, okay, Naomi about to take a break. Yes. The break, really. I thank you, my BTG crew. We steady growing. We steady growing. In a minute, we're gonna have legs and we're gonna be jumping next. We're gonna be jumping to some high places. Any last words that you have to say, Dog Mike?
Oh no. I'm ready for the summer. But like you said, we're gonna come back with new guests, new shows, new formats, and we're just gonna knock it out the park.
Yes. And welcome back, Mark. It's been a minute. I hope everything is well. But for real, let me say this. I thank Charmaine. I see Rico back. I thank Figure, Bounty, Joseph. Let me go through here. I see, did I say Rico back? Hey, Melissa. I'm just going through Deuce R. Who else? I thought I saw Brush. And if I don't say your names, just please I just thank you all for just continuing to support us here on Ask Naomi. And if you have missed it, go back and listen to some old shows until we come back in September with that. And also tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be doing the season finale of this season of Self-Love. And we're talking about appreciation tomorrow. So that's a great show as well. Again, if you guys need some love, sex, and relationship advice, I'm always here. You can always email me at axnaomi.com. And also, if you guys have any say, well, Naomi, could you find this person or whatever? I would try my best. Sometimes people don't want to come out the walls or the woodworks, because y'all be coming with some people I've never heard of. And I have to be like, what? So just be, conscious of that, because I will get some legends on here. I would try my very best to get them on here, as well as the new people, as well as people from every aspect of life. All right. But again, I appreciate you all and I thank you so much. As I always say, be good to one another and yourselves, and always keep it sexy. Have a good one. Hey, it's the Goddess Naomi Banks, and I hope you enjoyed that last episode of Ask Naomi, Bridging the Gap. And if you did, please like, subscribe, press that notification button, as well as comment. I'll see you next week. Keep it sexy. Ask Naomi, Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationships,